we're going to do something we normally never do. Something other than gaming. Yeah. Let's read some Reddit, baby. Yeah. So this one starts off, I thought it was pretty interesting. You're transported 500 years into the past, but with your smartphone and a fully functioning internet. Okay, what would be the first thing you would do? Now, before I actually go down and read the answers that all these geniuses and just crazy wackos, much like myself, besides the genius part, because I'm kind of, let's think what I would say. In my scenario, if I'm 500 years into the past and I got a smartphone and a fully functioning internet, as it says, a fully functioning internet, the first thing I would do, okay, first of all, I would probably end up alone in a forest thinking that I'm tripping on shrooms, because how the hell do I have internet? And I'm the only one with internet, obviously, judging by the question. Then where's the source of the internet? Where's the information coming from? Who else am I talking to? Is it just me? If it's just me, what good's the internet going to do? You know, where's the information? Unless it's got a full history just crammed into the phone and the internet's fully active, controlled by some beings out there way in another world. Okay, that's the only way it would work. I would probably be smart about it. Think about it. You go back in time and you look up inventions and patents before it was a thing. But considering the fact that you actually was able to go back in time, you're given that power to know what happened, you know, way years after. You're stuck with that knowledge. Therefore, you can come up with something that someone already else came up with, and you're rich. Or you can just look up how to kick some peasant's ass in a castle. The easiest way. I don't know, something. There's not really much I could think of doing, but let's just see what everyone else says. Because me, my mind is just like flatlined. I don't know what I would do. Our first comment from Lonely Air: wonder how the fuck internet is working and then figure out how to charge my phone. Exactly what I said. Wonder how it's working and then charge my phone. The internet is working, it can probably tell you. Hey ChatGPT, I was transported 500 years into the past with working internet and phone. Any idea how to charge my phone? Got a point. Let's scroll on down here. What else we got? Snoo Regrets replied, to charge your phone 500 years in the past, you'll need to create a power source that can supply the correct voltage and current. Here's step by step. We're going to read it. We're going to read the step by step. I'm going to do it. Materials you might need: copper and zinc, common metals that can be found and used to create a basic battery. Acidic or saline solution, lemon juice, vinegar, salt water can serve as the electrolyte. Wires to connect your makeshift battery. In my case, it would probably end up a bomb, because I suck that bad at just creating anything electric. And you'll need to use the USB end to connect to your phone, obviously. Steps to create a basic battery. Create the electrodes, cut the copper and zinc into small strips or plates. These will serve as the positive and negative electrodes, respectively. Prepare the electrolyte. If you have access to lemons, vinegar, or salt water, you can use these as your electrolyte. Assemble the battery. Insert the copper and zinc electrodes into the electrolyte solution without them touching each other. Connect the copper positive and zinc negative electrodes to the wires, and you can then combine multiple cells to increase the voltage. And that's one way I would start a forest fire. I'm not that good at that. So let's go on down here. Using the power. Of course, you need voltage regulation, because you don't want your phone to just go up in flames, especially if you're the only person 500 years back and you have the phone and no one else has a phone. You don't want to lose that. You don't. But then again, if other people catch you with it, it'll be considered wizardry or witchcraft. I don't know. Materials needed. A phone charger. Oh, all right then. Thanks. He's got a point. Unless you can make your own. It's not as simple as just taking a piece of metal and bashing it into the battery, because that's just not how it works. No. But then again, it goes back to what they said, make something to regulate the voltage. So they did tell you to create a charger, basically. So, makes sense. Thinking quickly, Dave constructs a homemade megaphone using only some string, a squirrel, and a megaphone. Powdered water. Just add water. Makes sense. I like these people. You guys are probably wondering why I tied the squirrel to the megaphone. Well, good night. You know, it makes a lot of sense. And I do see this comment, 90s to early 2000 were golden age for kids TV. That is the type of humor I've seen and stuff like that. And I can't remember what cartoon it is. I'm sure if I open up the replies a little bit more, I would probably find out what cartoon that's from, but I do remember it. Sounds like something you would see off of Ren and Stimpy. That was my shit back then. ChatGPT, I'm about to be burned as a witch in the year 1524. What should I do? Because you have a phone. That's why you're being burned. I said that. Repent and accuse someone else of bewitching you. Always works, right? It's like, how did you find out I'm the witch? Was you using witchcraft to possibly pick up the essence of my soul and find out that I'm a witch because you looked into your black mirror and it just lit up and then said, hey, that person's a witch, not you. Is that how you found out? Okay. So therefore, that person's the witch. I'm not. Even though it picked up that I was, supposedly, but I'm not. Times I couldn't live back then. In the 1500s, I mean, even though I wouldn't know a modern life, but I could not live back then. I just know I couldn't. Even though I wouldn't know anything modern and how the world changed and how people changed. 1500s would just be the time where I'm just like at my worst. I would probably be a raging, murderous, Grand Theft Auto horse wagon. Just, I wouldn't know what to do. What's there to do? And the people and their mindsets would just drive me crazy. Witchcraft, really? So you're telling me because some person, say like they used to do it back in the days when a woman would have the thing during the month. They used to actually think somehow that was like a form of a sign of being possessed, witchcraft and stuff like that. That's the stupidity back then. You can look that up if you want to. I'm not going to tell you what to look up. You obviously get it, but yeah, that's just how stupid people were. So back then I'm not saying I'd be smart back then, but still, if the internet is working, order a solar charger off of Amazon. Yeah. So here's the guy that's probably working at Amazon in the 1500s. Hello, sir. I'm here to deliver your panels. It was a joke. I'm 500 years in the past. No problem, sir. I'll be there in 3 minutes. Okay. Thanks, bro. I'd probably Google how to survive the 16th century without dying of the plague. I forgot about the plague. He's got a point. And then desperately trying to explain to the locals while I'm talking to a glowing brick. So, I mean, it's like you're just looking at, it's a giant glowing brick, and it's just, you're talking to it, and they're just going to be like, oh. And then you hear a flintlock. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing flintlocks were a thing back then. That far back, I don't know. But yeah, some noble king's like, wizardry? And then you're dead. You're dead. The guy talking to the glowing brick's always dead or just insane. I don't know. I've not talked to a glowing brick in a long time. So it's like those ads you get on your phone, search for hot in your area. And this one's like, search for hot plagues in my area. And just, he knows what he's doing. So, you pull out your phone in the 1500s and it says, find hot plagues near you, baby. Click here. Works. Whatever. Show the first person I saw my sweet 360 no-scope COD montages. I don't know if we should actually get into this one, but I'm going to read it anyway. Hide. I'm black. This is the only answer. The year would be 1524. Oh boy. Technically, being black back then in that era was not a bad thing everywhere. Okay. It was just mostly European areas and stuff like that. Other than that, you could go back to a lot of countries and areas that were established then and live a normal life. It was just mostly European people and like English Europeans, mostly for the like 90% of them that would treat anyone of color, race, anything just differently. So it wouldn't be this guy would probably be okay. Depends where he would wake up at. The best way to put it. How to build a water filter. Damn right. Oh, this one said the same thing I said. Search for patents. Probably get burnt to death as a demon with a talking book. No one would understand you and you sound like a possessed idiot. So when I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, hey, Bixby, Samsung, Bixby. And it just replies back, ding, what do you want today? And I'm just talking to it and it's like, I can hear the pitchforks just clinging and the torches lighting and people just pointing, pointing. I'm dead. So, I mean, with that said, what would you do if you was transported 500 years in the past with internet and a phone? Let me know.